Okay, we're going to walk through another research FRQ question. And this has been another one that we've seen the College Board asking with a little bit more frequency than they had in the past. And these are correlational questions. Remember, you can pause me at any time. So I want you to read through the Dr. Cruz prompt. And the way we often see the question asked is we'll be given a correlation, because third variable problems usually are about correlations. So we have this correlation between fire hydrants and more dogs, a positive correlation, right? As one increases, the other one tends to increase. A predictive, not causal relationship. Myers just does discuss this if you need to review it on page 49. So the common question it asks is, wait, maybe there's a third variable that's called the third variable problem that could actually affect this study, meaning there's a third variable that maybe can explain why the number of fire hydrants and the number of dogs is positively correlated. So this, in essence, is kind of what a third variable problem is. So we see a correlation, fire hydrants and number of dogs, both as one increases, the other one increases. But maybe there's another variable that hasn't been accounted for that explains that correlation, because it is in fact correlated to both of those variables. So in this one, it would be population size. So population size is our third variable, right? So I just want you to think about this one, right? It's kind of like, this one's kind of common sense. It's like, so if you have more people, you're likely going to have more buildings. So you're likely going to have more fire hydrants. But more people, I'm just abbreviating, more people, the likelihood that more of those people will actually have dogs, right? So as you can see, population size not only explains this correlation, it explains it because population size is in fact correlated to both factors. And that's kind of the important part here, is that it is related to both of them. So this diagram kind of shows you that, right? We have the two that seem to be correlated, fire hydrants and dogs. In fact, they are related to this one, population size. So in essence, population size, which is highly correlated to both variables, actually explains this. So how do we write that in an FRQ? How do we get all that? We're able to probably do that in about 2 sentences. So I put the yellow highlight and the blue highlight here. So remember, pause me, read through this, because I'm just going to keep talking, right? So the yellow and the blue are really important because we have our third variable explaining the correlation that we are given. So I named that correlation specifically by using the variables. And then I give an example. For example, population size could explain the relationship between fire hydrants and dogs, as increases in population size tends to predict, because correlation is prediction, not cause, this variable and this variable, right? So you can see how I am making population size correlated to both variables very specifically. And that's how to answer a basic third variable problem.